You worked as a painter your whole life, and now you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, and you're wondering, how did I get mesothelioma? Hi, I'm Joe Williams. I'm a mesothelioma trial attorney, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the types of exposures to asbestos that painters had. In order to explain the type of work that a painter did, I'd like to talk to you about a former client of mine. Now, this former client worked as a professional painter, union painter, and worked at sites throughout the city of New York. He would work at one particular site for many, many weeks at a time, and then sometimes work for a shorter period of time at a smaller site, or if it was a smaller job. But one thing that he told me when we were preparing his case, he said, you know, a lot of the work is in the preparation of the walls. The prep work is very important. And in his case, he dealt with a lot of older buildings that had cracked walls, holes in the walls. And before they started their work as painters, he would have to do some work to smooth out the walls. And in order to do that, he used joint compound. Now, he did his work in the early 1970s, so when he did his work, that joint compound contained asbestos, because joint compound contained asbestos until it was banned in 1977 by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. So this former client of mine would put the joint compound in the cracks or the holes in the wall to smooth them out, let it dry, and sand it down. That created dust, and the dust contained asbestos, which he breathed, and that led to him getting mesothelioma many, many decades later. Also, while he was doing his work, there were other trades doing their own work. Perhaps 20 feet away, floor tile installers were cutting and installing floor tile. And back then, the floor tile, it was vinyl asbestos tile, it contained asbestos. And the process of cutting it and sanding it down to make it smooth around the edges, that created dust, which of course the floor tile installers breathed, but so did my client, the painter. While my client was doing his work in a large commercial space, drop ceilings were being installed by other tradesmen, and they were cutting asbestos-containing ceiling tiles. Very dusty process, right across the room from where he was starting to do his painting work. And he breathed that dust. He was exposed to the work he did, and he was also exposed as a bystander to other tradesmen's work that was done on the same job site. And this happened over the course of decades, over the course of a career. And it was all of those exposures to that asbestos dust that ended up causing him to be diagnosed with mesothelioma. Now, you have questions about mesothelioma and asbestos exposure. I'm Joe Williams, and at our firm, we represent victims of mesothelioma and their families every day. Give us a call at our office, and we'll answer your questions. Thank you.